G'day everyone and welcome to episode 5 of my Arsenal career mode. Make sure to check out the previous episodes to make sure you're updated. We're getting straight into this Premier League game now against Crystal Palace. Make sure to drop a like, comment, subscribe if you guys enjoy, it always helps me out. And here though on the attack here, Zaha is absolutely doing my defenders. Goes all the way, great save by Leno, but Ayu's there to pick up the scraps and Crystal Palace go up 1-0 early on in this game. But here we have a free kick just before the 29th minute. Aubameyang's going to take it, our captain, our talisman. Surprisingly not our leading scorer, Lacazette's been killing it. But next year I have a feeling that Aubameyang might be playing down the middle. That's just a rumour though. As he shoots, and it looks good, but the keeper makes a great save there and manages to bail out Crystal Palace there. As they're on the attack again now with Batshuayi, the ex-Chelsea player I believe. He had a spell at Dortmund too as well, I think, Batshuayi. As Pepe drives all the way, waits for Lacazette to make his run, and he does now. And he's got a 1v1, gets back on his right and buries it. Made sure he got back onto his right foot where he's more comfortable and manages to level up the game there as he does his signature celebration, and I'm sure that's not getting old at all. And Ceballos to Bellerin, the Spanish men linking up. Thomas Partey to Ceballos, working it around nicely here. Ceballos to his partner Partey. Lacazette to Thomas again. Finds Lacazette, and Lacazette swifts it onto his left and manages to thump it near post and scores again. Lacazette getting his brace here against Crystal Palace. Still in red hot form, Lacazette. Can't really justify moving him at the moment, that's for sure. As Crystal Palace are looking to tie the game up now with Kouyaté. Ahead to Ayew. David Luiz. Holding. Batshuayi absolutely does Gabriel there, and Jordan Ayew manages to sneak it near post. So a couple interesting shots there from the attackers, and I think the keepers probably should have done better on both fronts. As we're jumping into the Europa League now, you see the table there, we're actually third in our group, which is very disappointing. Our next match though is against Braga, the top team, so if we get a win here, hopefully that means we should be able to get through, because then we only have Antwerp to get by in our last group stage game. But we've changed the squad around a bit. We've brought in Leno and Aubameyang. Normally we just play our backup players, but since I'd like a win here, I've brought in the big guns. As you see, we have a corner early on here. Xhaka tries to shoot it from outside the box, but it gets deflected, gets blocked. We get it to Joe Willock, who plays it into Kolasinac, who plays it down, and Aubameyang can't get on the end of it. The defender manages to get there first. But we're still in the attack, and Willian goes for a worldie, and he's absolutely nailed it. Willian with a great goal. You won't see too many better goals than that, and Willian gets us on the board as we move into the second half now with Mohamed El Neni driving the ball up to Aubameyang, waiting for some support. Gets Joe Willock now, who plays it over the top. Can Willian get there? He does. The defender commits and falls over, and Willian sweats it across back to the wide open Joe Willock for a tap-in. Beautifully done there. This is probably Willian's best game for the club already, and it's not even over yet, as Kolasinac gets it to Willock. We're not stopping, and Xhaka, will he shoot it himself? No, he plays it to Willian, and Willian turns and shoots and scores another. He's been involved in all 3 goals this game. Definitely his best game for the club, and we end up beating Braga 3-0, absolutely dominating them without even using our best side. So hopefully we get out of this group now, which is quite odd to say, as we should be making it out, but we're struggling. And speaking of struggling, we're going to be going up against a very great team in Manchester City. For some reason, their probable lineup has Gundogan at centre-back and Fernandinho CDM. Gundogan is definitely not a centre-back, but hey, that's just FIFA things. As we get into the game here, we play it out wide to Kieran Tierney. Plays it inside to Aubameyang, who sees the run of Thomas Partey, who plays it one more to Pepe, and Pepe shoots, but it's an easy save for Edison. For some reason, Pepe took that on his right when I wanted it on his left, obviously. Much better on his left foot. And that chance is probably going to come back to haunt us, as Manchester City are on the attack now with Bernardo. Plays it just through to De Bruyne, and De Bruyne has an easy shot there. For some reason, our defenders were backing off way too much. And we're into the second half here, and De Bruyne is still running the show, making us look silly, and David Luiz gets done again, and Aguero fires it into the near post. Not much Leno can do about that one. and they're not slowing down. They're looking for more. Look at this 1-2 touch passing. That's absolutely beautiful by Manchester City. They're not having the greatest year so far, but I mean, they're still an absolute great team, as De Bruyne thumps another one and he makes it 3-0. No chance for us to come back in this one, as we end up losing 4-1. We did get a consolation goal, but not too much to be happy about with that one, as we're up against West Brom now, so hopefully we can rectify that. We are using our backup squad though, just to give our first team a bit of a rest, and just because they were so horrific in that Manchester City game, I really wanted to change up the team. As we get it through to Martinelli now, 1v1 with the keeper, and he's missed. 99 times out of 100, you'd think Martinelli would score that. He's the future of this club, and he couldn't even get that shot on target. Very disappointing. As Phillips now for West Brom just ball rolls past me. For some reason, no one wanted to put a tackle in, and he scores right on half time. Absolutely woeful there. I think it was David Luiz again in defence, didn't want to put a tackle in. As Martinelli finds Willian, but Willian with a tame shot and a great save by the West Brom keeper Johnston there. Willian should be scoring that. And West Brom are on the attack again now, 75th minute. Pereira, I wonder if that's the Pereira from Manchester United, not sure. But they managed to score another here near post. Thought it was offside, but it wasn't. And all of a sudden we're going to be losing back-to-back games in the Premier League, as Aubameyang finds Thomas Partey, the super subs, to try to get us something back from this game. Manages to score one, but we are unable to get another goal to salvage a point out of this one. Very disappointing, as we lose 2-1 to West Brom, who are probably going to get relegated in all honesty. As we have another game now against Aston Villa. Doesn't look like Grealish is in the side, so we definitely shouldn't be losing this one, but after watching in real life Arsenal v Aston Villa, I don't know about that. That was a terrible game. As we get it to Ceballos, to Partey, plays it down wide to Aubameyang, who plays it back to Thomas Partey, who's unselfishly gives it to Pepe, and Pepe scores. And not only does he score, he scored on his right leg, on his right foot. It's not just for standing on. Pepe scores on his weak foot. Unbelievable. As Aubameyang plays it to Lacazette, back to Pepe, who takes another shot on his right, but it's blocked. But we're looking for that decisive second goal now, and Lacazette has all day on it, and Partey makes a run, stops on a dime, and caresses it beautifully with his left foot into the net. Far post, a great finish there from Thomas Partey. Just a world-class player. This is why I waited for him to be added to the squad before I started this career mode. He's just an awesome player, and he's probably my favourite player on this team at the moment. As we turn it over in a dangerous area, and Aston Villa look to get one back, and they do. A very sloppy clearance there. I think that was Ceballos, as I sub him out for Xhaka just then. But luckily we do hold on for that 2-1 win. Aston Villa didn't pose much of a threat there, as we get a well-needed win. As we get into the final game of this episode now, it's going to be against Antwerp in the Europa League. I believe a win qualifies us to the next round, to the knockout stages. And I believe if we lose or draw, we could be going out. I'm not sure about a draw, but I know a loss if we lose. And I think it was, I can't remember the team, but we might not be moving on. But we're starting out in the attack here, 33rd minute. Nketiah holding on to it, waiting for some support. Gets it to Saka. Saka drives, gets on his left, tries to shoot, tries to bend one in, but that shot was very tame and didn't look like it had much of a chance of going in. So Nenny finds it to Willian. Can he have another great Europa League game? Nketiah backheels it to Willian. Should score, and he does score. Puts us up 1-0 in the second half. Early on the second half though, so there's still a lot of time to be played. As we move ahead now to the 62nd minute, El Neni finds Nketiah. A lot of space. He shoots, and he's missed it. A chance to put us through to the next stage, and he's missed it. And then yes, I'm subbing on Martinelli because I feel like he would have scored that, even though he has had a bit of a howler earlier on in this episode. I feel like Martinelli's just better than Nketiah. And 90th minute now, Antwerp looking to ruin my hopes and dreams with a goal here to tie the game up. In stoppage time, ref, blow the whistle. He's not. Look, they just passed it back. They're mucking around with it. Now they go. And they get it. And they have a chance. They shoot near post and they've scored. And that might be us out of the Europa League. You see it. most of the players falling down on their knees because they can't believe what's just happened in extra stoppage time here, you must say. And the fans are going to be absolutely furious. Not sure if they're going to be furious at the ref or the team, but I feel like it's going to be both. And Ozil just decided to hoof one up from the kickoff just because there was no more time going to be added on. And I think we might be out of the Europa League. We're going to have to check. But I don't have a good feeling about this. And Antwerp, I think they lost every single other game in the group, except for this one where they've salvaged a draw. And you see the stats, a very dead game, 4 shots to 2, 1 goal each. And we're going to have to check to see if we made it out or not. As you see, we're 7th in the Premier League, which is quite disappointing, but it's still we're nearly halfway, so still can make up a lot of ground as we go to the Europa League. And you see we're actually knocked out of the group. So my job might be on the line here, might be getting sacked if I don't come up with something big soon. And I feel like this next game against Spurs is really important. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next episode. Peace.